All right. All right. All right. Here we are. Just getting my live video in Facebook set up. Okay. Okay. Not sure what's going on with my Facebook here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and move along. All righty. All right. So we are gonna get started. I am talking about how to qualify and close leads effortlessly, even while you sleep. So if you're like most business owners, you know, it can be a little difficult making sure that you're always closing leads, getting the sales rolling in, making sure that the business is growing and that you have what you need to continue to make sales, bring in those customers, grow your revenues. And, unfortunately, if we're doing, I mean, first of all, a lot of us may be referral driven. So we may not have a lot of, um, set up systems in place that actually would help us to be able to generate leads. So, and then the other challenge is if we are running some lead generation systems, if we are working and we do have some systems in place, then our problem could be that we are getting leads, but maybe they're not converting. All right. Hey there, Fred. Welcome. So we are just talking about the challenges that we face as business owners to really consistently be bringing in leads, consistently be converting customers. Of course, we want to maintain the customers that we have, but we also want to grow and bring in new customers so that we can grow our revenues. And so what we were just saying is it's possible that a lot of us may be primarily relying on referrals. Referrals are great because we call those warm leads. When it comes from a friend or it comes from another customer, there's a level of trust there that may not be present with a cold lead or someone who's generated as a lead online. The other problem is if we are running some lead generation and we're going out on the internet trying to generate some leads, we call that cold traffic. And unfortunately, we're all busy. Everybody's got a lot on their plate. And according to Forbes, 70% of internet leads are never followed up with. And so referrals are great. So Fred just commented in that he's getting most of his new customers from referrals. Referrals, like I said, are warm leads. That means there's a level of trust there because it came from a trusted person, and usually our trusted friends, a trusted friend or a trusted customer, uh, that trust transfers. So, if welcome, if Jag or Fred said, "Hey, I know this person over here that, they're really good, they do a really good job," just by nature of them giving that referral and vouching for them, I'm gonna be more likely to go ahead and give them a try. So and then conversely, if we're looking to generate leads uh, in other ways, for example, running digital ads, or last week we talked about Zebra Leads, the leads tool that can help you contact the people that would be good customers for you and find more of those people and then enrich the data with AI so that you know a little bit about them. Um, but when you're generating internet leads, those are cold leads, and so the trust level is smaller. And when we talk about business relationships, it's very similar to a dating relationship. So, if there's a very little trust level, it's going to be harder for you to close that deal. And if you don't have a system for follow up, or you're busy and you don't have time to follow up, or your team doesn't follow up, or has something come up, or things are always coming up and always busy day, busy on our plate. So, when we build that relationship, first of all, we want to have a conversation. So it can be difficult. 70% of internet leads are never followed up with. And if you think about what that implies, that means that, say we spent $1,000 running digital ads and then generated however many leads, 70% of them weren't followed up with. That means like $700 of our spend was wasted. So it can be very expensive if we don't follow through all of those leads to completion. So what I want to talk about today is just a little bit more about the customer journey and the purpose of marketing. So marketing exists to move people along a journey. And I'm just going to pull up a customer journey and show you what that looks like. I think Fred commented that he's looking to get more leads from in other ways other than just from referrals, which is great. That's what we're going to talk about here today. So let me just grab this customer journey so I can share it with you. Do, 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 do. Okay. I'm sharing my screen. There we go. Can you see my screen? Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see my screen. Well, not sure. Fred, Jag, let me know if you can see this. I think you can see it now. But okay. So this is a look at the customer journey. So marketing exists to move people along the customer journey. And the purpose of the customer journey is to grow trust with people. So the very first step is becoming aware. So let's just take a look at a dating relationship. And of course, we're not dating our customers because that will be weird, but we are building a trust relationship with them. So imagine this scenario. You go to the Starbucks and you're looking to get a coffee. And say you're a guy and you're in line for the coffee, and right next to you is a pretty lady. And you line up behind her, she turns around, she sees you. Oh, all of a sudden she's aware. She's aware that you're standing there. She's aware that you exist. The next step is you say hi to her and you strike up a conversation. Now you guys are chatting. That would be engage. You guys are engaging together. You're having a chat. And you have a nice little chat and you say, and you know, she seems to think you're a nice guy. And then you say, "Hey, I really enjoyed chatting with you today. Could I get your number? I'd love to give you a call sometime." And she blushes and she said, "Okay, sure, why not?" And she gives you her number. And you're all like, "Oh, this is so exciting. She seems really sweet." And you know, so now you have an opinion of her, she has an opinion of you. There's some sort of a relationship being built there. And you know, it's very early times, very early days. And so that trust level is still small. She doesn't really know you, you don't really know her, but you give her a call and you say, "Hey, I'd love to have coffee with you sometime." And it's coffee. It's not, "Hey, I'd love to get married and have 8 kids. Would you be on board with that?" No, it's, "Hey, I'd love to go have a coffee," because it's low risk. If she doesn't really like you, if you go for coffee and it's just a bust and you guys don't get along, you know, no skin off her back. It wasn't, you know, a lot of money spent. It wasn't a lot of time spent. And, you know, if it's really bad, she can just get up and walk out. So, you know, the trust level is low, but we would call that a convert stage. You asked her out for coffee and she said yes. So then she shows up to coffee and maybe you bring her a little bouquet of flowers. Maybe that's a little bit much still, but you know, you do something that makes her say, "Wow, he is a really nice guy." And that will be the excite stage. And you know, when it comes to a business relationship, a lot of us kind of stop at that convert stage. It's like, "Oh, they became a customer, and now we deliver the service." But like, what can you do to make your customers say, "Wow, this was a really amazing experience working with these folks"? So that's the excite stage, is making them say, "Wow, this was really the best decision that I ever made." And then, you know, the from going for coffee, "Oh, that went really well. So now you want to go and ask her out for dinner or ask her to a movie, or you know, something little is a little bit higher stakes. Maybe you go out for an evening. Maybe you take her to your favorite club. I don't know. But we would call that your core offer. So a lot of us want to start with our core offer. And you know, we call this like trying to get married on the first date. Um, there's steps involved before you get there that can warm up your prospect to where that trust level is a little bit higher and they're ready to say yes to your core offer. A lot of us tend to skip that out. And so sort of my point of going through this. And then of course, after they buy your core offer, the ascend stage, ascend would be upsells. Do you want fries with that? Is there something else you can offer your customers that would add even more value to what you're already doing for them that they will be willing to pay for? Oh, we're doing this, I don't know, we're doing this service for you. And hey, we can actually take care of this stuff over here that's kind of a mess while we're at it. Would you like us to do that too? Um, and you know, there's multiple levels of this. People pay for access, you know, having more access to your team, like that could be like 24-hour support. So what can you add in there that could increase your revenue per customer? so that you make the sale, but we tend to think of making more money requires us to get more customers all the time. But sometimes there's an opportunity to basically increase the lifetime value per customer. So get the customer to spend more while they're there versus just getting more customers. And then, of course, we want them to have an amazing, incredible experience after after or while they're working with us. We want them to say, wow, this was the best experience. These guys are great. I want to tell all my friends. I'm going to write them some reviews. I'm going to, share about them on LinkedIn or whatever it is. So that's the advocate and promote stage, getting them to refer you. And then also like actually asking for reviews and referrals. A lot of us kind of sit around and wait and hope that they're going to give us reviews and referrals. Or we don't ask at all. Why not ask? Asking, you know, asking just gives people the opportunity to say, oh, you know what? Yeah, we did have a really good experience with you, and just make it easy for them. Ask for a testimonial, ask for a case study. You can even help write the case study, write the case study and ask them, would you be willing to attribute your name to this? So this is a little look at the customer journey. And when it comes to AI and automation, what we can do is use it to move people from one stage to the next. So essentially, instead of trying to do all of this stuff manually, is actually map this out for our business and then use automation to move people from one stage to the next. So we can have a built out system that takes people from just becoming aware to being able to engage with us, get onto our email list, or be able to be in our marketing list, make a small purchase that's easy to say yes to, have a really great experience, say yes to our core offer, and give us reviews and referrals. So let's take a look at, let me see here. Okay. So, all right. So, okay. So like I said, 70% of internet leads are never followed up with, according to Forbes, which is a lot of money being left on the table. Or potentially, you may not be using the internet at all to generate leads. So what does that mean? Well, if you're relying on referrals, like I said, referrals are wonderful. They're warm leads. They're more likely and easier to close. But there's a whole world of the internet out there as well, where you can be able to generate leads and connect with people who could be really good customers for you. So if you are using the internet to generate leads, uh, kind of haphazard follow-up can lead to the leaky bucket effect. You're pouring money into the bucket and it's going straight out. So of course we don't want to do that. That's not recommended. So the key to tripling your revenue is to respond to the leads when they're actually ready to hand you their money, when they're actually interested. And, especially for us busy business owners, if we're the salesperson in our business, it can be really hard to respond to leads when they're ready to buy or when they're expressing interest, because we may be out with a customer, or we are taking our kid to soccer practice, or we are asleep. We're human, so we're not constantly available. And the problem is, especially when you're generating internet leads, if those leads are cold traffic, meaning there's very little relationship between you and the person who's expressing interest, then, it's kind of like no skin off their back if they don't respond. Or, so if say they respond, but then they don't hear back from you for a couple days, by the time they hear back, they've completely forgotten that they ever expressed interest or responded, and they have no idea who you are. So we don't want that to happen. So we want to be able to respond very quickly to the leads when they say, hey, I'm interested. So when you respond in 5 minutes or less, you're 100 times more likely to start a conversation with a lead over waiting just an hour. When I run digital ads for companies, and say I'm running a digital ad straight to a calendar where somebody can book an appointment, I will limit that calendar to only 2 days, so that they can book tomorrow or they can book the next day. As soon as you start letting them book on day 3, by the time the appointment goes around, they have no idea who you are and they don't show up. So, the faster you can respond to your leads, the better. So if you could generate prospects, get in touch with them, and immediately respond to interested leads when they're ready to talk, you can expect your results are probably gonna be a lot better. So of course, we have designed a system that includes 4 powerful AI tools that integrate seamlessly to create a lead generation and closing system that can qualify leads and book them into calls with you or your sales team. So this has a little video, but I think a lot of people are starting to use AI, especially in the IT community. People are very familiar with AI already, but are you using it for lead generation? And we all need to generate leads if we have a business. If you're a business owner, you're a salesperson. And you've got to pay attention to the sales of your business to make sure that you stay in business, and that you not only stay in business, that you grow the business. So what if we could automate that process? And so that we take some of that off your plate and let you focus on running the business versus all that time spent being a marketing person or a salesperson. So by implementing a system like Zebra Suite, you can pinpoint your ideal customer profile faster than ever. So we can help you really get clear on who is that ideal customer for you. Who's your best customer? And then automate and personalize outreach to build trust with them at scale. Score, qualify, and book appointments effortlessly. So, I mean, what if you showed up to work every day and you had booked appointments with interested leads? And what if you knew a little bit about those leads before you hop on a call with them? Maybe there's certain things that you need to know if they're a qualified lead or not. Do they have the money to afford your services? Are they interested in the things that you offer? What problems are they facing that you could help them solve? What if you knew all of that before you hopped on a call with them? And then, if you have those leads coming in, you can really drive your revenue. So the first tool, Zebra Leads, is a lead generation powerhouse. It delivers high quality targeted leads that fit your ideal customer profile, allowing you to focus on what matters most, growing your business. So, what if you could just generate a list of good qualified prospects, that people that you would like to do business with, and then enrich that data with AI. So a lot of us, if you have ever done B2B sales, say you're looking at a company, you say, hey, this looks like a really good company we'd like to work with. Well, now you have to figure out who are the people at that company that would be the right people to talk to. And then what does this company really do. So now you have to go to their website, you have to read their website, you have to poke around, you have to go to LinkedIn, you have to research who's in this company, who would be the right person to reach out to, how do I contact them? That takes a lot of time. What if all of that information was right there in front of you and all you had to do was just open it up? I mean, how much time would you save? What if you could then take that information and pull it into your CRM and marketing automation system where you can then send a personalized email to that person with some information, indicating that, this is not a cold communication. Like this is personalized. You know what they do. You know who they are. Uh, it's going to have a lot more impact than some sort of generic outreach. And then if that person responds, you can engage them with a conversation. So we have Zara, our conversational chat assistant, and Zara will engage with prospects, and nurture them into a phone call, and making sure that they can answer the person's questions. And, this is not like a canned conversation, when you call on the phone or you use a chat on the website, you go to AT&T.com and you try and chat on their website and it just like gives you support documents and like doesn't ever answer your question. Well, this is actually AI. So it's sort of thinking, it's conversing, it's not canned. So natural conversation and also 24/7 and no opportunities are going to be missed. And so Zara can get that person's phone number and get them into a phone call immediately with a human-like voice AI. And so Zoe, our voice AI sales assistant, she will have a natural conversation and can qualify the lead. So, asking those important questions that you would need to know if this person would be a good fit for your business. So maybe you need to know how many employees they have. Maybe you're an MSP who charges per seat. So it's important to know how many seats do they have, and what's their budget? What are they interested in? What do they need help with? What are their problems? If you can ask all those questions with a voice AI, and then also give them information that they might need, answer their questions, and get them interested, and then the voice AI can book them into a call with your team. So imagine just uh, having those calls booked in with you. By the time they get to you, they're already qualified. You already know a little something about them, and you can have an informed and intelligent conversation about their needs. And the other thing is they're already warmed up. So there's a little bit more of a relationship built there without you having to hire a whole team of salespeople to handle those initial calls from cold leads online, which, in the marketing world, we call that a setter. So in the marketing world, when we generate leads online, we tend to first send them to sort of a setter salesperson whose job is just to do the qualifying. It's probably not the most fun job in the world. It's like, hey, what's your budget? How many seats? Blah, blah, blah. They're just asking the questions to make sure that it's even worth a salesperson's time to get on the phone with them. So now we can do that with AI. And what happens then? Well, we can take like 10 phone calls an hour. We can take 100 phone calls an hour. There's no waiting. You don't have to book them in for 2 days from now because you're busy. No, you can respond immediately. Somebody is there. Zoe is there taking that call, qualifying that lead, and booking them into an appointment with you or your sales team. And Zoe, all she has to do is say, hey, Joe, is Friday at 11 a.m. good, or how about Monday at 3 p.m.? Oh, well, probably Monday would be best. Okay, I've booked you in for Monday at 3 p.m. Boom, booked call. And you didn't have to do anything. So the tool that integrates all of these, we have custom CRM built on high level. It's called Zebra Growth Hub. And it essentially serves as the hub that integrates this system. So not only does it integrate this system, but it's also an all-in-one marketing automation and CRM tool that has emailing capabilities, has you know, social media posting capabilities, has it's an all-in-one CRM and automation tool that pretty much does anything you would ever need to do in your business. And it has landing pages to build lead funnels. It has emailing. It has websites. It has even has uh, a learning management system, or basically where you could set up an online course. So maybe you need to onboard your customers. You could set up a little onboarding course that tells them how to get started. It has chat bots that you can set up on your website. It has pretty much everything that you need. So this system runs through the Zebra Growth Hub. Of course, we provide the Zebra Growth Hub independent of this particular system, but this is a really great system, so I definitely recommend it. So, this is just integrating everything into an unbeatable ecosystem that's going to help you scale your business while saving time, finding leads, creating lasting customer relationships, and just doing the heavy lifting of that lead generation and qualifying so that you can focus on what matters most. You can show up to the sales calls when the lead is already qualified. I was when I was running digital ads, my digital ads did really well. And I had like days where I had like 10 or 20 phone calls booked. And guess what? When you have 10 or 20 phone calls in a day, that's really all you're doing. Like, you're not going to be able to run your business. And of course, you would love to. I'm sure a lot of us here are like, oh, well, I would love to have 10 or 20 sales calls in a day. But once you pack your schedule full of 10 or 20 sales calls in a day, like, when are you going to run your business? Because I know we all have other things to do, clients to attend to, than just sitting on phone calls. And even if we don't, maybe we have a team that takes care of the stuff that we need to attend to with our customers. But still, do you want to be sitting on phone calls all day? Or if you don't have to be, would you rather be on vacation? Or would you rather be out with your husband or wife, or playing golf, or whatever you enjoy doing, out sailing, or going to the zoo? There's so many things that you could be doing that aren't taking calls from internet leads. So, so the nice part about this is, you show up for the call, or your salesperson shows up for the call when the lead is already qualified. And the other great thing is you get a team that never calls in sick or takes a day off, always operates at peak performance, outputs 100 times the volume of your best team member, requires no salaries, benefits, or coffee breaks. So this system just runs. It's always running. And, never has a bad day, doesn't get upset. In fact, I've seen AI answer a call of a prospective customer who was having a bad day, and actually talk them down from being upset to, by the end of the call, they were in a much better mood, which is amazing. But this stuff is really incredible, and it's a tool. It's not here to replace humans. It's here as a tool to make our lives easier and help us with our business growth. Uh, so the tools work together to help grow your business. Uh, Zebra Leads can help you locate the perfect prospects and identify and target your ideal customers. It can help you engage and qualify the leads. Zara initiates personalized conversations. Zoe, our voice AI, can book appointments or close sales and takes the lead in voice communications. So we have both an outbound salesperson. So if somebody responds and becomes a lead, Zoe can actually call them and complete what we would call a set call, or that initial qualifying call with that lead. And then we also have an inbound voice AI, which would be like a receptionist. So if somebody calls your business and you're not available to answer, there's a voice AI that can answer the phone and direct them to the right place, answer their questions, book them into an appointment if they need to book an appointment for service, for example, and take care of that. And then Zebra Growth Hub centralizes all the activities for unmatched efficiency. So, just serves as a hub to centralize everything. So, this system produces insane results. Cost per prospect, 50 cents as compared to $1.50 to $5 or so using digital ads. Cost per acquired client, $1.56 compared to upwards of $300 in some cases using LinkedIn, for example. So it's just really getting outstanding results. All right, so the other thing I want to show you is, here, let me see. Okay, so let's take a look here. So I'm gonna drop the AI demo in here. So for those of you who are watching on social media, if you're watching the live stream or on YouTube or LinkedIn, if you'd like to watch, if you'd like to play with our demo chatbot, just drop the word demo in the comments and I'll be coming around. Or if you have any questions, drop your question in the comments. I'll be coming back around and checking the comments if there's anything that you'd like to know. If you'd like to play with our demo, I'm gonna drop the link, but drop the word demo in the comments if you'd like to play with the demo. I'm gonna drop this in here for the folks in the Zoom, and you just drop the word demo and you can play with it. It's gonna sort of act like it's gonna act like you're a customer and your business is handling a conversation. So, of course, it's not trained with all the information about your business, but it's going to ask you a couple questions and sort of simulate that experience. So I'm going to take a look at the chat AI and how this actually works. So the really cool thing about our chat AI is it's objective based. And so you'll notice here all these little circles. These are objectives. And so we can actually guide the conversation and set up a conversation in a structured way. So it is, the AI is going to naturally converse. It's gonna be conversational. It's not a canned experience. It's not, when you call AT&T and it says press 1 to for press 1 for internet, press 1 for mobile, or whatever the options are, and you press 1 and it's a canned experience. There's only press 1 or press 2 and then it's going to do the same thing over and over again. You can't just say it. There's not a lot yet of calling a business and then it says, hi, what are you interested in today? And then you can just say anything that you're interested in, and then it's going to respond to you and have a conversation. So this is a conversational chat, but it's also objective based. So it's much better at keeping the conversation on track with the, whatever the objective is for you that you want to achieve with that conversation. So, for example, here, be specific about the business. So when we generate the leads from our leads tool, Zebra Leads, we actually generate AI information about that lead. So we actually can generate a little summary so we know something about their business. We can generate a subject line, an intro, like an email intro. So we actually have information that we generate about those leads. And then when we bring the leads into the Zebra Growth Hub CRM, those leads are, they have that information attached. So when we start a conversation with the lead, they already know something. Whoops, we lost Fred for a minute. All right. There you are. Hey, Fred, we got you back. So when that lead enters a conversation with our AI, the AI already knows something about them, and it can have an informed conversation. It's not a cold conversation where it just has no idea who that person is. So we start with, talking a little about their business. Hey, I see that you do this. Oh, I see you sell jump ropes to the circus. I don't know, whatever it is you do. But it knows something about them, and then we can have it ask for their name. And we can actually, if there's stuff that we need to know about them, we can actually bring that, ask them those questions, and then we can feed that information back into the CRM. So it's kind of all integrated. It's like, we're bringing information into here and we're pushing it back into there. So at every stage, we're sort of gaining more and more knowledge about the customer, and then we're centralizing that information in their contact record in the Zebra Growth Hub so that we can have informed conversations with them, even though we may not be involved from the very beginning. So when we do hop on the phone with that lead, that we can be prepared. We can think about what the best solution is going to be for them, so that when we get on the phone with them, we can really present what is going to be most attractive to them. So here in these, we have also these priorities. So the priorities is just basically step by step. Like first here, we want to do this. Next, we want to do this. Next, we want to ask them if they have any questions. We want to ask if it's okay for us to ask them a few questions. Then we want to find out, what is their average lead value? Do they have a follow-up method? And these can all be customized according to your business. And then, we move on to the next set of questions. All right, so we know this now, then what would it do for your business if you could blah, 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 have this end result? Can I get your email and phone number? And then, hey, we can either direct them to a sale, or we can ask if it would be all right if we give them a call. Hey, can we get your phone number? Would it be all right if we give you a call? Our AI salesperson, Zoe, is ready to hop on the call with you right now. Would that be okay? And then she can actually give them a call, and then get them booked in with your customer, with your sales team, I mean, or with you. So, we can set this up just the chat, or we can also set it up with the voice AI, which I can demo here really fast. I mean, I can demo, here, let me show you real quick the chat AI AI. So if you want to play with the chat AI and test it out, you just drop the word demo. It just says it here right here. Send the word demo to begin our AI bot demo. So, we would just send demo and then it's gonna sort of simulate a conversation. And um, you know, this system can all work together. We can set it up, in segments if you want to try out here in, certain aspects. Uh, but all right, so it said, hey, welcome to our live chat AI demo. To get started, just reply to this message and we can begin building your demo bot. Yeah, say awesome. So, then it's just gonna ask me a few questions about what I'd like to do or great to hear you're excited. Before we dive in, could you share your first and last name? So I said awesome. So it knew that that sounded like somebody who's excited. So I said, great to hear you're excited. Before we dive in, could you share your first and last name? That way we can personalize our chat a bit more. And so, like I said, if somebody gives their name, then it can just save their information into your CRM. Now you have their name. And, of course, we can add this to your uh, website as well. So if people come to your website, they can have a very personalized conversation that is, chatting with the bot that's trained with all the information and FAQs and all the details about your business and can be set up with any objectives you'd like to be able to achieve, like booking a call or directing them to how to contact support or whatever it is that you need them to know. Okay, so nice to meet you, Laura. To get started with setting up your demo, could you please share your email address? That way it can send over all the juicy details. So let's do. So, and so it's just gonna continue along here. And you can see that it's not canned, like it's responding to the way that I'm communicating. I mean, you can even chat in French and it'll answer you in French. It'll answer you in any language that you speak or want to speak, which is pretty amazing. Um, one time I was just messing around and I chatted with it in French and it answered me back in French. I was like, wow, that's so cool. So, so now I'm gonna give you a little taste of the voice AI. So, I'm just gonna, this is a bot that I built for a company that does uh, home investment. And so it's sort of real estate related, but you can see how it converses. Uh-oh. Well, there's something going on. I think this is an internal issue with the software. But good to know it's not just me because this happened in another account. Okay. Well, anyway, so the voice AI is just going to have a natural conversation with you, with your leads. Oh, and we'll come back here. All right. So yeah, the voice AI is just going to have a natural conversation with your leads. So if you've used ChatGPT or any of the any of these AI programs, like Anthropic is a really good one too. Uh, you can really, I mean, you can see the conversational aspect and how good it is about language and responding to you in a customized way. And the voice AI basically is a guided conversation as well. So we can prompt it, we can include all the information about your business. So if they ask a question about your business, then it can give you the answer. So essentially, like in FAQs, if they say, oh, what are your business hours? We can train it with that so it knows. Um, oh, like I'm having this, I don't know, maybe you want it to be able to answer basic questions about common problems that people might be experiencing, like a support bot. We can train it with support answers. So if they say, oh, my computer won't turn on, well, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? Anyone who's watched the IT crowd, maybe will get that reference. But you can train it in so many different ways. It's highly customizable. It's hyper personalized. It really gives an experience to your customers that I think is unmatched. I mean, even your best salesperson may not know the answer to every question. And when you train the AI, like say we interview you as the business owner, you know the answer to all those questions, I'm sure. But your salesperson may not. But the AI does if we train it with the answer. So we can pick your brain and pretty much add all the information that you anticipate a customer might ask, add all those answers in, and now you've got a highly informed, hyper personalized bot that can sort of serve that purpose in your business to not replace people in your business, but facilitate conversations. So answer as many questions as possible and be able to direct that person to the right place to book in with a call or book a sales call, qualify the lead. If it's a receptionist, maybe they need to book a support call or book a support appointment. Maybe they need to, whatever it is they need to do. Maybe you need to just direct them to the page on your website where they can book themselves a support call. Whatever it is, like it's going to facilitate that communication with your customers just to give your customers a better experience. And give leads a better experience, and then help you also be able to generate leads and get those leads moved along in that relationship building journey, and get them booked into appointments so that you can gather information about them in advance and then have an informed conversation with them in a way that you're able to anticipate their questions, showcase how you're able to solve their problems, and hopefully also anticipate any objections that they may have in advance. So, you show up to that call ready to close that sale. So, just to sort of recap what we talked about here, we talked about how, you know, a lot of us are just really referral based, and that referrals are great. Referrals are warm leads, but it can be difficult to grow our business when we're strictly referral based. Referrals, of course, being warm leads, tend to be easier to close because they come from a friend and there's already a bit of a trust level there. But if we really want to take our business to the next level, then generating leads online can be a really good avenue to go down. And especially if you're able to keep your investment in a program that will help you close sales, make it something that's really jam-packed with ROI. So, if you can set up a system that is going to, if you pay in $1 and you get out 10, I think it's a no-brainer. And, these systems, because like I said, they're responding immediately, the upfront lead generation cost. So you're able to generate a really targeted, highly targeted list of prospective customers. And then you're able to give them a hyper personalized conversational experience that is going to get their attention. So the conversion rate, so first of all, the prospect generation rate, cost is low. The conversion rate is high because it's a hyper personalized experience, which tends to produce more conversions, just more interest. People, it attracts more attention, and people are more likely to respond. So and then once people respond, then they're more likely to start a conversation and actually engage, and then actually get booked into a call, because that conversation is happening immediately when they're ready to engage. So you're not asking them to wait for 3 days until you're available to have a conversation, until they've forgotten that they even had a clue who you are in the first place. That conversation happens immediately, to where that lead is warmed up, it's qualified, and by the time you get on the phone with them, they know a little bit about who you are, you know a little bit about who they are, and you can have an informed conversation with them. So this is sort of mind-blowing stuff. It's very new. It's I think it's so new that it can almost be a little hard for people to conceptualize. But uh I think this is going to be a game changer. The money in compared to the money out is going to be well worth it. And having a consistent system that's going to generate leads for you week over week, month over month, quarter over quarter, so that when you get to the end of the year, you've met or exceeded your revenue goals, which is sort of mind-blowing. And it's early days. So I don't know if you've seen the technology adoption curve. I can pull that up real fast. Where's my technology adoption curve? There we are. So uh, let's see. Here we are. Let me just share my screen again real fast. Okay. So here we are with the technology adoption curve. Oh, I think it's not. Oh, there we are. I think you can see it now. So this is what the technology adoption curve looks like. So if you think about this in terms of the iPod, when the iPod was new, we could tell who those people who were super cool and had an iPod were, because they had those little white earbuds, and everybody else had black earbuds. And when you looked around, you're like, whoa, like that must be a really cool person. They have white earbuds. And those were the innovators. The people who jumped on and bought an iPod were like, whoa, you have this like cool, nifty, new, awesome thing. And then, and then more and more people started buying iPods, and then the iPhone came out. And then the iPhone sort of became the standard. Everybody had an iPhone. And the iPhone was all the rage, and then more and more people got it, and it started to become kind of mainstream. And then we got the Android, and then more people started getting smartphones, but maybe not iPhones, and Google phones, and all of that came out. And eventually, like last year, one of my older friends just got rid of his flip phone, and he finally got a smartphone, and he would be a laggard. So that's kind of how it goes. And we are now at the early adoption or innovator stage. We're just really at the very beginning. This stuff hasn't been around very long. A lot of us may be starting to use and implement AI in our customers' businesses. And but and are we using it this way? Are we using it to generate and qualify and book appointments with qualified leads so we can consistently grow our business? This is kind of like what I see a lot of people doing is, yeah, I use ChatGPT to write some emails, or, oh, yeah, we set ourselves up a chat bot here or there, or we did this or we did that. But is it a lead generation system that is going to explode your business? And um, it's some pretty incredible stuff that we're able to do right now. And I think um, the people who jump on board and do it first are going to win. And I think we're to the point now where, yeah, it's really new. Sometimes I see, like we've always got like the innovators and the risk averse people. Um, the risk averse people would be like ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil, they're always last in to an investment or oil and gas investment area. And at that point, they only invest if they can make money at a very, very low oil price. So, they move very slowly. Um, and they let everybody go in first and screw it up before they jump in there. But of course, they also have a tendency of missing out on what's new and great. Back in the day, when the shale oil and gas plays were new, those were very quick, they were very nimble. And ExxonMobil said, oh, I know that we are not quick and we are not nimble, so we are going to acquire a company called XTO that is quick and is nimble because we're not going to be able to compete in this market otherwise. um, and so I guess the question is, are you an innovator? Are you ready to give this a try? Because it's going to give you an edge over the competition. And it's going to make you quick, it's going to make you nimble, and it's going to help you be able to grow your business. So that's what I have to say about that. If we look at, I've got a slide here with the sort of timeline of social media as well. And when we think about that, we got AOL back in like 1985. And then we had this big proliferation of all these social media tools, like LinkedIn came along and Facebook came along, MySpace came along, that's pretty much gone. We had all this proliferation of social media channels and got to sort of where it leveled out. And, now we've got kind of a few major ones. Now we're starting to have some diversity again as political things pop up and, whatever happens. But overall, it's kind of leveled off. We've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, we've got LinkedIn, and those are sort of the major channels. We got TikTok, that's become a political question as well. But it's not quite the massive explosion of social media channels that we had in the beginning. Similarly, with AI, there's just this massive proliferation of AI tools for all kinds of things. Everybody wants to make an AI tool that does X, Y, or Z. And the question is, how do you take all of this stuff and turn it into something useful for your business? And what are you going to do with it? How are you going to use it? What do you need? Because honestly, like, I'm sure you don't want to just subscribe to all these different things without really knowing what the purpose is or what the reason is or how it's going to help you generate business. So what we've done is, we did all this work already. I've been playing with all of these AI marketing tools for the past year and a half or so, trying everything out, using all of these tools to where I came to the point where I said, hey, let's take these tools and bring it all together into a solid lead generation system that's going to work seamlessly on autopilot to help people grow their business. So, um, so that's what we've got here. Let me drop my calendar link in the chat as well. So, if this is something you'd like to explore or you'd like to have a conversation about, or, if you just want to talk about your business and what could help you move the needle, what might help you to solve some of your problems when it comes to marketing or lead generation, I'd be happy to have a chat with you and we can sort of do a little deep dive into your business and see what it is that would really help you move faster, move ahead, and grow your business, solve any of the problems you're experiencing. If you'd like to book a call, I've just dropped the book a call link in the chat. If you're watching this on the live stream, go ahead and just type book a call in the comments, and I'll be back to check and I'll make sure that you get a link to be able to book a call. And, we can would love to learn a little bit more about your business, where you're at, what your challenges have been, and see if I can help direct you to some resources or information or recommendations that can help you be able to solve some of those issues and just move ahead and grow your business this year and into the future. So I am going to be live here every week at 11 a.m. We're going to talk about business growth. We're going to talk about marketing and sales and getting more leads, closing those leads, converting those leads into paying customers. We're also going to talk about what we can do to retain customers, because of course, if we have recurring revenue, we have customers on retainer, we want those customers to be happy. We want to keep those customers, hang on to them, and make sure that they stick around, and we are doing everything we can to keep them satisfied. So I'll be here every Tuesday at 11 a.m. We're going to talk about business growth. We're going to talk about AI and automation and marketing and growing our business in the age of AI and this amazing, amazing new technology. So I can't wait to see you next week. Go, like or follow the ZBRA, Smarter Marketing Wild Results page on LinkedIn, or you can also join our Facebook group, which is Double Your Sales with AI and Automation on Facebook. And we'll be going live. I had a little issue with the live in the group today, but we'll be going live there weekly, and would love to have you in our community, and see you again next time. And can't wait to talk to you soon. All right. Again, I'm Laura Camrath. I'm CEO and founder of Zebra, Smarter Marketing, Wild Results. And can't wait to see you succeed and grow in 2025. If you enjoyed this experience, if you enjoyed hopping in here with me, and if you'd like to stay informed about our lives and everything, just comment below and I'll make sure that you get connected. And let's see. I think that's everything. Would love for you to like, comment, or share this video. We've got a YouTube channel as well. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow our channel. We'll be live here weekly. And, likes, comments, shares are always appreciated. It helps us engage better as a community. And would love to answer your questions. Like I said, I'll be back here to check if anybody has questions and make sure that you get a response. So go ahead and drop a note. Can't wait to talk to you. Can't wait to see you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week and hopping on a call or making sure that you get the resources that you like. We'll talk to you soon and have a